What up? What up? What up, world? We are back. Championship weekend. Excited. I just had to come on today. I know the last few weeks have been off, having rough mornings the last few weeks. But so glad to be here today. Um, Championship weekend. These games are incredible. I can't wait. Today we have Bengals versus the We got the Niners versus the Rams. This is going to be great games all around. I'm really excited. Um, you know, honestly, NFL, I think did well. I don't think the NFL did, but I think the teams did well coming down the stretch, um, and it made it exciting. The last two rounds have been, won by field goals or of them. That the Chiefs Bills game. I mean, I wish the Bills were in here, but unfortunately, they missed out. But incredible to watch. You know, I'm a Giants fan, so for me, we just got basically their front office and their offensive coordinator for a head coach. So we'll have to see how that pans out for me. But excited nonetheless. So these games should be great. A little background for these games. Uh, the Rams, 49ers. I mean, Niners have beat them twice. Anthony would be the first one to tell you. 31-10, 27-24. I mean, these games have been real close. They've been they've been fun to watch. Niners are probably one of the better defenses in this particular matchup, and Rams are not too shabby themselves. I think this game is going to be a little a little lower scoring than normal. I think this is gonna be a good defensive gritty battle. Um, you know, so we'll see. They only played each other 3 weeks ago. They're both relatively healthy. I don't, Jimmy G is still fighting, with that thing in his thumb and a couple other little, ailments, but who isn't at this time of the year? Debo's a little banged up from last week, so we'll see. I mean, honestly, this is going to be a great game to watch. I'm excited to watch this at the end of the night. 6:30 Eastern. So excited about that. And then the Chiefs and the Bengals, they saw each other week 17. This is the game that MarrChase put his mark, his stamp on your championship weekend for fantasy. You guys, if you had him, you basically won. If you didn't, I'm sorry. But for the most part, if you had him, you were killing it. 50, I think 56 points in most formats. He did unbelievable. I do think that Spagnuolo kind of tweaks things a little bit to put an eye on Chase. Maybe this is a Higgins game compared to a Chase game. But I do think either way that Chase is going to have a pretty productive day. I don't see it being a record setter, but I still think this is going to be a very competitive game nonetheless. And it's Arrowhead. They're unpredictable. The crowd noise is the big thing there, of course. Sometimes the weather as well. Thankfully, the weather is going to be one factor out of it, so they only have to worry about the crowd noise. So they've been practicing with music blasting and stuff like that. Nonverbal cues and things like that. So we'll have to see. And to be honest, take a look at Joe walking in. He's swagged out. I mean, geez, guy looks good. It is what it is. So I'm on here today just to talk football with you guys. If anyone wants to join in, just make sure you guys put your stuff in the comments in the live chat. Also, make sure you guys use promo code Get Right and use it at Underdog Fantasy. We're going to be using Underdog today for prop bets and other things. I'm going to kind of go through the props with you guys, see what if anyone wants to talk about which ones they like, don't like. I have about 5 slips in right now, so we'll have to wait and see. I'm also going to do a DFS lineup with FanDuel as well, just in case someone wants to enjoy that. A lot of good matchups today. A lot of points going to be thrown around today, so I'm excited and can't wait. So I wanted to come on at least for an hour. If anyone else wants to jump on, I sent the invite out to my colleagues as well, and if they would like to join, they are more than welcome. They know that. So if anyone comes in, we can talk football. So for now, I'm just gonna do my thing and have a good time. So all right, let's do some prop bets. So let me set my screen up for you guys to see everything. We're gonna do some underdog. Let's do some prop bets and show you what it looks like for those who have not used underdog fantasy before. Um, it's one of the I've thoroughly enjoyed it throughout the playoffs. Honestly, it's been one of the more fun things for me to do. I know there's FanDuel, there's DraftKings, there's BetGM or BetGM and Caesars and all that sports book stuff, and it's incredible the amount of stuff they have. I've been using underdog. I had one good week. Last week I ended up last week I was 4 yards away from a 5-pick parlay. Just missed out on Byron Pringle. Just needed 4 yards, and they went into overtime. He gets 4, and I needed one more. I needed 8 at the overtime. He got 4, and couldn't get it. I was a little upset, but it is what it is. So we're on here now, and this is what it looks like. They have all their prop bets up now. If you get it a little bit earlier in the week, they tend to fluctuate, of course, but they also have less to bet on. So it's a little bit, sometimes a little bit easier. You have things like this where they add things like longest run and longest completion and things like that. Makes things a little complicated, in my opinion. It's great to have if you're one of those people that want to bet on it, but honestly, it kind of saturates it a little bit. You kind of want to have less to think about and not more. But like I said, that's my opinion. So there's a lot of great props on here that we can pick from. A lot of these are, you know, relatively standard. I mean, Stafford's passing yardage. I mean, if you look at his stats for the last few weeks, he's been under the 278, or wait, what do they have? Yeah, 278. The Tampa Bay game, he was over, of course. He had, he hasn't rushed a lot, but he had 2 rushing touchdowns in the last 2 weeks. I don't even think that's a prop for him. They have the rushing yards, but they don't have the rushing touchdown. But something to look for. A lot of these are great to go for. So we're going to do a couple of them. One to just be aware of, which I wasn't aware of until a little while ago. My brother made it a point to let me know. Sorry about that. He basically was telling me that Van Jefferson is questionable for this game. I was not aware of that. From what I kept seeing, it kept saying that that he's planning to play. Normally, everyone's going to be in on this game. I mean, it's a championship game. You're not going to not play in the game, so it might vary, based on what he does in this particular game. So that's the only issue. So if you're picking him right now, he has a knee injury. According to, I think it's Josina Anderson, has received alternative treatments for the knee injury he apparently picked up in the divisional round. He turned in a limited showings in practice Thursday and Friday before taking the designation into the week. So he practiced during the week, both times limited. Yeah, and they're saying that if he avoids the inactive list, which it looks like he probably will, he'll probably miss the restricted. So we'll see. But right now we got props up. Like I said, there's a ridiculous amount of them. I'm probably not going to go through each and every one of them. You can't even select those anymore, and they're starting to take them away. I'm assuming, as the day goes on, more and more will be taken out. But we'll see. Right now, Some of the ones I'm looking at for myself, I do have a bunch in. So right now, I'll show you guys some of my props that I did. I'll do the one that I just did recently, um, and it's Jimmy Garoppolo as the under. Look who it is, Mr. Martin. Yo, Martin. You know what? I'm gonna send you something real quick. Would love to have you. Um, if you have free time or anything and you want to come on and join me, just give me one sec to try to find what I need for you. But I would love to have you on if you're available. Hold on. So Martin, if you're listening, would love to have you on. If you're just sitting around not doing much, I'm going to send you an email now with the link. I know I should have reached out to you the last yesterday, but a little busy out here in New York. We had a snowstorm, so I've been snowed in for the last few days. So that's another reason why I've been on here, wanting to been stir crazy. Where the hell is your thing? Sorry about this. Let me get you in there. Where are you? So many emails. All right. Either way, reach out to me, Mart. I have the link for it if you want to. Um, Otherwise, hope you're doing well. I'm in your DraftKings, in your little DraftKings thing. I can't wait. I think I have a decent lineup in there for you, so we'll have to wait and see how it does against whoever you got in there. Um, but like I said, for props right now, I'm going to be doing Jimmy Garoppolo at the under. He hasn't gone above that in the last few games. Last time was against the Rams, but I don't see that happening today. He's a lot, he's really banged up. I just don't see this happening. I don't see him going over, for this particular prop bet. I have Cam Akers going over 19 yards. I think that's doable for him. He faced San Francisco. This was his first week back, limited, hasn't done much, but he's gone over that 20 mark. The other times, I figure why not? They're gonna, if this game is tight, like I think it will be, little dumb passes. I think he can definitely get over that 20 mark. George Kittle on the over. I think they're gonna have to heavily involve Kittle today to be victorious. Yeah. Sorry, I had to use your name in there. So honestly, I think they're going to do real well right here. I think that Kittle should do just fine. He had 7 receptions last time, so Jimmy G, how many horseshoes or rabbit feet does he own? Seriously, I know, right? I mean, Tank, this is incredible. And welcome to the Nerd Huddle. Enjoying the show. I appreciate it. Make sure you guys check them out as well. They have great shows during the week as well as on Sundays and on Saturday too. I think Martin was on yesterday as well. So definitely check them out. They're always a great channel, great friend of the show. Always love having him here. But yeah, I have no idea how he's doing well. Still playing at this point. But like I said, I mean, as I showed you here, he put up, he had 32 attempts um for 316 yards. So not too shabby the last time they played each other, but I think they're going to stick to the run game here. I think this is going to be more like the game that they had at the beginning of the year when they won 31-10, where they just ran the ball and keep it out of Jimmy's hands. I mean, you have Debo who can run it. You have Elijah Mitchell who's fine. Oh, of course, man. I'm always gonna I'm always gonna make sure that I give you guys props. You guys are a great show. I love being on the show when I'm over there. Love working with Martin and you guys as well. even when we do, the other mocks and things like that. Love joining you guys for all that type of stuff. So always gonna give you guys those props and the shout outs, and make sure you guys like and subscribe to them as well. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to me as well. But yeah, like I said, I'm looking for Kittle for the over for this. Also, Mecole Hardman, I'm looking for him to be over on this game as well. They're only showing his best performances. Honestly, I feel like they're going to use him a little bit today. I think the Bengals are going to try to keep Tyreek Hill under wraps, which leaves a little bit of room underneath for Mecole. Honestly, I like Pringle too, even though he kind of screwed me out of yards last week. That's not on him, but game plan. But I do think that Mecole Hardman can have a decent game today. So we'll wait and see. Matthew Stafford, of course. I mean, I picked the under for this game. He's actually been underproducing. He did very well against Tampa Bay. I think they're going to have to run the ball as well. Yeah, they might have to pass. I mean, the last time they played him, he had 32 attempts, but he only had 238 yards. This game he had 2 interceptions as well. This was the most recent game that they had against them. If you're looking to do the over under for that particular pick, I think there is a prop for him as well in this particular category. Yep, he has 1 interception. This might be a good one to pick. So you know what? We're going to do that here. I'm going to pick the over on this one. I'm not going to pick the same 2 that I did with Jimmy and Matthew Stafford from before, but I figure why not pick the over for this? He's at least guaranteed for at least 1 based on their past performances. I know the last couple that he's had, they've been tips, but I still think he has, he's been very good recently, but I still think, that always equals to, let's go against the grain here, and it might be a little bit different. We have a lot of other ones. I like to stay with guys that are a little bit lower on the totem pole for my particular picks, and it's only because hold on one sec. I'm gonna get my boy Martin in here. I'm excited. Hold on. I just got to do something real quick for you guys. I want to give you guys. There it is. I knew I had it. Hold on there. I got you. Sending it to you now. Sorry about that, Martin. Had to try to find you. So you're all set. So we're going to actually have Martin come on for a minute since he's free. We're going to just hang out and talk some football, maybe some prop bets. I'll wait for him to, see what he thinks. Like I said, I already have a ton of them in. We have a DFS we can do as well. So we're going to do a little bit of everything today. Excited. Can't wait to have him on. He just reached out to me a minute ago. So we're waiting on that. And yeah, so cool beans. All right. I think another one that I'm gonna probably be a little bit more high on that I've been kind of, I've been using the last few weeks is Cgo Zama. He's been doing real well lately. Honestly, he's gotten what we need. And look who it is. Look who it is. It's Martin. Oh, excited to have you, man. What's going on?
Dude, I just finished up a show right now. I just finished one. I'm like, I noticed you were by yourself.
Oh, nice. No, I didn't even know you. Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I didn't even realize you were doing a show today.
Oh, you're good, man. Me and Tank just finished not too long ago.
Oh, that's why. All right. Very cool. So, I was like, you know what? I'm going to come on at 12. I'll take my time.
Oh, you're good, man.
Yeah. So how you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. Not too bad. So
yeah, I'm excited.
So what do we got going on here? What are you doing?
Well, I got props up right now. Just general props. I'm trying to find good thing. I have my own props that I made before that are all relying on Van Jefferson playing. So
Okay.
hopefully he's in there. But I have one that isn't. But I'm gonna make one now, trying to see what we can do. I got right now. I'm starting the over with Matthew Stafford with 0.5 interceptions. Figured,
Okay.
yeah.
Might
What do
get
you think?
one. Probably get one. The
Yeah,
0.5 would be considered the half. So yeah,
yeah.
probably one. I would say throws one. So I would go over on that one too.
Okay. What's one that you might like on this one? Can you see these or?
No, I see what you're displaying. I got you. Let's see. So Joe Mixon 12.5 longest run. So that's like a 12, 13 yarder.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I don't see that.
those ones are tough, man.
I don't
Those
think
are
that's gonna
tough.
happen.
No.
Let's see. You think he's gonna break off a 13 yarder or higher?
Why not? I mean, I think he has the ability to. He's
He
the best
can.
running back that's out this whole week. So
That's true. But the Chiefs' defense has been a little bit better
okay,
since
okay.
Mixon. But hey, I'm just jumping in here giving you
No,
some
I get
company,
it.
man.
I want your info, man. I want your input. You're very good at these particular things. So I wanna
Oh,
see how
thanks,
you
man.
feel about it. What about reception? What about Joe's receiving yards? You think he goes over
Receiving yards,
that
I see
30?
that. I could see that. I think they're gonna
Yeah?
be throwing a lot. I think so. I
I've been a
think
little
because
nervous.
I am too. This game is what we saw last week because of getting sacked 9 times. I think he's gonna have to rely on Joe catching a lot of these dump off passes.
Okay,
So
fair.
if it's the same, if we take what we learned from last week and did it again, we might see Joe getting a little bit more dump plays. He
Okay.
potentially get
So
might over 30.
so who do you think would be a better option here for this? Do you think Mixon over 30 or over 29 or CJ Huzman over 36?
Mm, Cgo Zama is really interesting to me because
I me too.
it's he's either blowing up or he's just getting 3 little dump offs and he gets maybe a couple yards and a touchdown.
Yeah. I mean,
I see.
honestly, his last few weeks, he's been targeted. He was targeted 8 times in the Tennessee game, and then 6 the last 2 after that. He had over the right now in the game that he faced last time. They faced in week 17. He had 32 yards receiving.
I wish it would show the Raiders game or the Tennessee game in that.
No, it showed the Tennessee game. It showed that he was
Oh, it did. My bad.
he was yeah, he was 7 for 71.
Oh, it did. I'm sorry. I saw the bottom. Okay.
No, you're good, brother.
8
So
targets and 6 targets still. Okay, so he's getting targets, and which is pretty good for a tight end.
that's what I
6.
mean.
That is very interesting.
I kind of want to do it. I think I'm going to pull the trigger here. I'm going to go the
Over what was it?
36.
16 yards?
No, 36 yards.
Oh, okay. I think I'll go in that boat with you on that one.
Okay. All right, good.
Yeah,
I like
36
that.
yards. Because even the
Yeah.
last time they faced, it was 32.
Yeah. Exactly. So, I
Just 4
mean,
yards short.
and I like your philosophy that they're going to try to keep everything a little underneath. They're going to try to get it out quick. The games that you want to try to get it out quick, you want to go with the guys that are underneath. I think this might be a better game for Boyd. I think Higgins has a decent game. I think they keep Chase a little bit more with with cover 2 and keeping him kind of contained.
Yeah.
So I think coverage is going to roll to him, and then they're going to keep Higgins kind of open. They did have a they do have a stat for Higgins to be 5 or more receptions over or under. I'm debating if I want to click that one too. But I don't want to go all for the Bengals,
No, yeah, no. Because let's see, Higgins got
Higgins
7
wasn't bad the last
receptions
few
last
weeks.
time. He got 7
No, he got
receptions.
no. He had 7 receptions against Tennessee. He had 3 against Cincinnati, or sorry, against Kansas City. So
No,
he
yeah,
was
yeah. He's
targeted 5
7.
times.
Talking about Higgins?
Yeah, I have it up right now. It's right up there.
I'm saying, I'm just saying
was,
last week he had the 7 receptions and 9 targets. But that's only
correct.
because they probably were on freaking Jamar
For sure.
I don't know. That one's interesting. I don't know
Right?
if I don't know about that one.
Yeah, that one I'm going to keep in my back pocket. I have two for this game already. Well, I have one for this game already. I already have the Stafford. I like the Stafford over for the interception, so I'm going to keep that one. Let's look into Kansas City. Let's see if there's anything on this list that you would go for. I mean, 26 and a half completions, 2.5 passing touchdowns. Clyde Edwards-Helaire running for more than 10 yards. Trying to think. Byron Pringle with 17 yards or Tyreek Hill with a touchdown. Do you think Tyreek scores here?
I think he gets one early.
You think he gets it?
Or it's either going to be so early or so late.
Yeah, he'll get.
I think he'll get one.
He gets something? Okay.
My other 0.5. Yeah, he'll get one.
My thing is Byron Pringle the last 2 weeks has had 3 touchdowns, and unfortunately, there's no Byron Pringle touchdown pick. But if you guys have anything in FanDuel, DraftKings, Caesars, any of those ones that do anytime touchdowns, I would pick Byron Pringle. One, his odds are always low because he's a lower man on the totem pole. 2, he just finds a way in the end zone. So for me, Byron Pringle, definitely find him in one of the betting, sports betting things and pick him. Yeah. I'm definitely going to try to do that myself. But I don't know how I like a lot of these. I don't know how I feel about it. Demarcus Robinson over or under 15 yards. I mean, he had 19 yards the last time they faced off.
I don't think so.
No, it's just so hard to trust, right? He had no yards last week. Do I just hit the under and pray? Like, I don't know. It's a hard choice. He's barely ever in the game. Like I said, Pringle's taken over that role. They've been playing him a lot more often. We're going to talk about Pringle a little more in DFS, but he's definitely someone I was looking at. Travis Kelce's another one that I'm looking at as well. 9 targets against Buffalo, 7 against Pittsburgh, 5 against Denver. He had a touchdown in every game. I wish there was a touchdown stat for him, or a touchdown prop for him, but they're not. They have him in rivals, but they don't have him in. They don't have him here. So, what do you think about over or under on his 6.5? Right, and he's going to be probably. You think he's going to be with Bates in the back?
I think Hill is going to have to deal with Bates, and then Vaughn is back. Yeah, oh, man.
Yeah, right. That's the hardest thing. I'm trying. Yeah, Bell. Sorry, I meant Bell. Bell's going to be probably against Kelce, right?
I don't know. They might double Hill,
right? So that would leave Kelce a little bit more
open, which would mean either Hardman or Pringle. See, it's Hardman and Pringle that's harder for me because they're like that odd man guy that rotate in, where you always consistently
I've seen Pringle out there.
Yeah, I mean lately as of now, and you see Kelce and Hill. I'm gonna say over
for the
barely. No, I think so.
I think I can go with that. I'll be on board with that. Let's try to get into this other game because this game I think is going to be the best game of the day. Honestly, I'm excited about this game.
Debo's going to be used so much.
You think so?
Much. I think so.
Okay.
The way they're using him,
I'm not disagreeing, man. I'm upset that I didn't get to this earlier. They had 99 yards rushing and receiving, total yardage for him. Should have went with the over here, but I didn't get to it in time. You got Jimmy G rushing yards at 1.5. He's had. Hey man, these are the hardest ones to pick. He's had 1 yard the last few weeks. And, that 1 yard is just like a quarterback sneak. So for me, it's like, do you do it? Do you go for that? Do you depend on your day because of that? Like, I don't want to end my day early,
Yeah.
He could run for 2 yards and I'm screwed. If I go for the under or I go for the over and just pray that he gets 2 yards. No, I can't. I can't mess with that. I can't mess with it.
I don't know.
You got George Kittle in here with 4.5. Stick with all tight ends here. Should we just do a whole tight end? Whole tight end pick?
No, you can't do that.
We got Stafford with 2 rushing yards.
Let's go back to the Debo one, man. Maybe
you want the Debo? All right, Debo. We got 51 receptions. We got
yards. Yeah, yards.
4.5 receptions.
I see that one.
Yeah. Let's take a look at what he had.
All he needs is 5, right?
Yeah, he needs 5. So he's had.
Oh
6.
Wow! Look at this.
He had 6 versus the Rams. He had 3 versus Dallas, and he had 4. Yeah, right. I mean, he's only right. It's so. This is what makes it tight right here. Is those
go back
3.
to Brandon Ayuk then.
That's
Brandon Ayuk was not used at
4.
all.
Brandon Ayuk has 4, and he was used heavily in this game last time. 7. He was 6 for 7 and 107. This one I like a little bit more on the over, but he wasn't. This game should be thrown out. The San Francisco Green Bay game, that should be thrown out.
He was just a body bag. He wasn't doing anything.
Well, my point was you're running the ball that whole game because it's just snowing. It's gross. They're in SoFi today. They are going to be everyone. The one thing I love about the next 2 games, there's no weather element. There's nothing that's going to screw with anything.
Right.
Crowd noise is the only thing that's going to get in the way of any of these 2 games. That's fine. But you know what? I don't know. I don't know. So we got not Jaden in the house, or not Jaden at all. What's going on, brother? Hope everything's well. He's asking, who do you got, Rams or 49ers? I'm going to ask you, Martin, who do you got? I already know who I got.
I want Stafford to win. I love the guy too much, man.
Me too.
Like,
I'm
everybody
sorry.
likes him.
I love him.
They made so much moves for it to be this season that they don't have a first or second. They have I like Stafford, and I'm hoping, and I just mentioned this like on my show like less than 20 minutes ago. Everyone in Detroit and everyone in Motor City, they're probably all rooting for Stafford to get this. I'm on board. I really hope
I'm on board too. My overall Super Bowl projections for this, like wanting to be my heart. I'm gonna tell you my heart, and then what I know for fact. I want Rams, Bengals. I think Bengals have worked their tails off. They've been gritty. They've been getting to it. I want them in it. I can't see the Chiefs in it again. I can't.
They're too good though, man.
Well, I don't want the whole narrative to start changing about Mahomes being the next Brady. You know what I mean? Like,
we're already talking about that.
I know, but that's the whole point. I don't want it though. I don't want there to be that guy yet. Like let him and Josh Allen fight it out for the next few years. Like I want that. You know what I mean? Like I wanted Josh Allen to win so bad that game. I literally had a heart attack twice. It was like, honestly, I didn't tell you, Martin. Oh my God. So I'm watching the game. I have parlays set up for the whole weekend. And I had one particular parlay set up where it was like Fournette getting a touchdown. It was like 2 other props I forgot off the top, or like 3 other props that I don't remember. But I had 4 props covered going into this game. So I had 4 picks already taken care of. All I needed was for Byron Pringle to score or to get 32 yards over. So I just needed 32 or more.
That's likely.
Right?
That's likely.
I'm watching the game. He's doing well. We get to the very end of the game. It's 4th quarter. I'm looking at my thing. He has 8 yards with like 10 minutes left. And Bills are on the field. They're the ones that they're holding the ball. Chiefs go down, score quick. I was like, no. And then all of a sudden, it gets to a point where I'm rooting for Josh Allen to score so that they go back. Like, so that the Chiefs have to get it, run it back.
Yeah.
They score. 13 seconds left. I'm like, oh my God, I only need 4. I only need 8 yards. I'm like, oh, now I need the touchdown from Mahomes. I needed the field goal. Sorry, I needed the field goal. He gets the field goal. They tie it up. I'm like, oh my God, I have a chance. First play of the overtime, he throws a 4-yard pass to Pringle. I need 8. I only 4 yards.
4 more yards.
And then what happens the exact next play? He throws the he gets down the field and then throws the touchdown to Kelsey. The game over.
Yep.
I only needed 4 freaking yards. I was so pissed.
Hilarious, dude.
But I was having heart palpitations while I'm watching this because
that game was so crazy.
Because I was rooting for Josh Allen, but I was also rooting for Pringle to get points. So I'm rooting for both teams to just
that game was insane.
That game was absolutely insane. But I hope that this 49ers Rams game is just as good. Like, I hope that this becomes that type of game. I don't think it ever will, but I think I'm hoping it lives up to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
it's a division. I like it. I can't wait.
It was crazy because we were watching it and we were just back and forth. The entire bar was just screaming. I was on Josh Allen. Like, I love that guy.
Oh, I love Josh Allen. I'm a little upset though.
Favorite players to watch.
I'm upset that.
I am too. So I really thought he had it. Oh yeah.
No, that too. I'm upset that he didn't win, but I'm also upset that Brian DeBalle, their offensive coordinator, is now my head coach. Yeah. Okay. I was a little upset by that. I wanted I wanted him to go back to the Bills, which I knew wasn't going to happen because he had a ton of interviews for a head coach. But I'm sitting here like, I need to have, my guy, because he's my dynasty quarterback, So for me, it was like, I want my guy to have have his offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
So mad.
I feel you on that one.
Mad.
I feel you.
It is what it is. We got Not Jaden coming back in. He says, I feel like Stafford wins, but will fall under the pressure in the Super Bowl. Okay, so he thinks that Stafford's going to get in, but he might have a tough game in the Super Bowl. I don't know about that. I think that, even if he gets into the Super Bowl, I kind of hope the Bengals get into it because then I think it will be a little bit more of a game, but I still think Rams and Chiefs might make it, a really good Super Bowl as well. Your
Cross
boy
that
Tank
road when you get there, though.
Oh, of course. And then you got Tank coming in, Allen versus Mahomes for a while. I agree, bro. I mean, it's gonna be an exciting few years now that Brady's out of here. We got maybe out of here.
Maybe.
Jeez, that whole story is ridiculous.
Yeah, we were talking about it, like how it was announced and then unannounced, and now I guess Tank was telling me that
he technically
didn't want it leaked out so soon. He wanted it later or something.
Yeah, he wanted it later because I'm assuming he just didn't want it like taking over today, like taking over the championship weekend. Which I don't care. Like, just tell everybody. Who cares? We all know you're going to retire. You didn't get. I mean, come on. This is you want to know something funny? I think this is how I know he's going to, or I figured he was going to anyway. So the last few years, if you've ever watched a Tom Brady game, and especially big games, if you've ever noticed, you will never find a picture of Tom Brady with the winning quarterback. Never. You will never find a picture of Tom Brady and Eli at the Super Bowl. You will never find Tom Brady and Nick Foles at the Super Bowl. You will never find a Tom Brady at any NFC championship or AFC championship that they lost with the winning quarterback. He has never shook their hand. He always walks right off the field. This year, he actually shook Stafford's hand.
It's interesting.
I'm telling you, man.
I'm thinking about him like yeah. You're right.
I've always held it against him. I've always
calm call him a piece of garbage.
Lego my ego. What's going on, brother? That's a great. I love it because he's a dick. I love it, and he's not wrong. And that's my point. I've never been a big fan of Tom Brady in his particular role as a role model for this particular league. Now, it's because of things like that. Sportsmanship, yeah, I understand. He's an incredible quarterback. He broke records. He's, his 7 Super Bowls alone. I get it. I understand it completely.
Mm-hmm.
But his sportsmanship has been seen everywhere where he does not. He and he's a crybaby. Like I get, like, Stafford played a whole season with a broken back. Like he had he
he's a
played
tank.
whole.
We've been saying he's a
I love
tank, and that's
Stafford.
why I like watching him. He'll play through broken fingers, through freaking back. Pretty sure he had some foot issues back earlier in the career.
Oh,
but
yeah.
it's just
He had
plays through.
something. He had something with his foot during the year that he was still playing on it, still fine. Brady gets hit in the lip, and he's like,
like, that was the first game he's been actually regulated where it seems like the refs weren't actually on his side.
I agree, but you want to know something? I feel like that was meant. Like, I feel like people were like, or I think
it was a fair game.
Yeah,
no,
it was a fair game. That was the one of the better games, because the other games before that were freaking ridiculous. Like that, the Bengals and Raiders game, that was the absolute worst of them.
Mm-hmm.
It was absolutely atrocious. I've never seen a game like that. Like, the guy did blow the whistle after he caught the ball, but it was still so close to him catching it that it didn't make any sense that he was blowing the whistle in the first place. Everyone kind of stopped in the middle of the play anyway, because everyone thought there was a penalty. So it's like, that game was, and then there was other calls that just made you sit there and question football in general, but it is what it is. All right, so let's get back to this. So we got, did they take it away? No, they better not have taken it away. Oh, we got all the picks right here. So I picked Ayuk with the over. I'm going to submit my last $5. Put it in there. Done. Oh, they won't let me choose the over on CJ. Oh, they're taking so many away. Why are they doing this?
Oh,
I don't know why they do that. No, I have no idea. Let me see. Maybe I'll take the Boyd. No, I won't take Boyd. I like taking the over on a lot of picks. I don't like taking unders unless I absolutely have to.
It just seems easier because you see how low they are sometimes, and you could just do it.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to take the under on Jimmy and make that my supplemental. Here we got, I don't have any Bengals now. That's all right. I don't care. $5. Hopefully I win 100. So that's that right there. Let's move and go to some DFS, which I want to go into Martin's head and see what he's doing,
dude,
for his DFS lineup.
I've changed it a few times, man.
A few times, right? I do the same thing, my man. Like, honestly, I think I made like 3 lineups already. And this is FanDuel. So I'm using FanDuel instead of DraftKings. Right? We got DJ Shane. What's going on, DJ? Welcome to the show. I hope you enjoy it. He's got some running backs. He wants some running back sleepers for today. So we're going to look at the DFS. We're going to start with the running backs. Honestly, a lot of good sleepers. I was talking with my brother this afternoon. One of the ones he likes a lot today is Sony Michel. His reasoning behind it, and I'm gonna emphasize his. What's going on, brother? He was mentioning to me the fact that Cam Akers fumbled twice in the last game, one on a big touchdown run that could have, really messed them up at the end. So I think that today they kind of split it up a little bit, because they gave Cam Akers the reins last week. They basically said, this, you're getting your job back. And, because Sony Michel is a free agent at the end of the year, he's coming back from this injury. He looks strong. He looks healthy. But I think what they're going to try to do is kind of tame him back, like pull the reins back a tad. And I think that they're going to use Sony Michel a tad more and possibly more on the goal line. So I honestly think that for the price that you're paying for him, Sony Michel is not bad at $5,300. Like I said, I was talking to him about it, and he was saying this is decent value at the running back position. And the usage, I understand, like I said before, he wasn't utilized a lot last week, but that doesn't mean he won't be utilized this week. And after those 2 fumbles, thankfully, Sean McVay isn't one of those, he's not a Kyle Shanahan where, you're out of the game, or, who else does it? Belichick or Arians or anyone like that. Like, honestly. So I'm going to take the flyer here for Sony Michel. I think he's a good running back sleeper for today. I mean, if you really want to go to another guy, maybe Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I don't see Darrell Williams doing much. I don't see Samaje Perine or Jeff Wilson being in that boat. I don't even think Derek Gore. I don't think they're used enough. Like, I don't think
so either.
Yeah. So
I agree with you there.
It's so tough. So DJ Shane's saying my starting point is Mahomes, Chase, Higgins, Kelsey. I'm thinking of throwing in Kittle, double tight end attack. Thinking fading running backs today, going to be that one guy. Thinking running back going to be it. Okay. Well, here's my thing. So I did a lineup before where I didn't fade the running back. And what I did is I had Mr. Stafford in with Mixon, because I think Mixon is probably going to have the best day today out of everybody. I added Jerick McKinnon in there as well.
Interesting. Okay.
I thought, why not? And I stacked up at one point. I stacked up Cooper Kupp and Hill. And then at wide receiver, I paid down and I went with Pringle. And then I went with Higbee as the tight end as well, just because
the last time they faced all of them. Right.
Huh?
Because you have to have all the slots filled.
Well, yeah, but I think Higbee's a good choice.
I think so too. The thing is, like, Higbee's like one of those hit or misses. Like, I love Higbee, but there's some times where he gets like 4 receptions and that's pretty much it.
Well, I have to pay down a little bit because I thought that, but I'm going to go with Higgins here instead of Hill there. But it leaves me with $6,300 for my flex, and that puts me with Odell, Cam Akers if I want to go with running back. I can go with tight end here if I want to. I can go Clyde Edwards-Helaire, but the thing is that goes a little low on my salary cap, so if I put in Odell here.
And you have Stafford, right? Oh, but you also have
Stafford with Kupp and Higbee and the Rams, so that makes it where it becomes a little tough. I zero out, which isn't good either. So my only options here is taking Kupp out and putting in someone like Samuel or Hill. So who would you pick here? I like Samuel too, but I have Rams defense in.
Oh yeah.
Would you go Hill or Chase here?
I
already have Higgins.
Yeah, that's right.
And I have Pringle. So this is the time of year that DFS is very difficult.
It is, because you only have a certain amount of guys, but then you're also putting them against your own defenses too.
Exactly. So we got not Jaden at all saying Odell is going to ball today, and I don't disagree with you. That's why I picked him. I feel like he's a good option today. But we'll see. I mean, I think they're going to have to be quick. I think that they're going to pressure Stafford as much as possible. I think this is going to be the same exact type of game plans for each game. And I think Stafford's going to be pressured hard. And at this point, Fred Warner is one of the better guys up the middle. So you're trying to stay a little more on the outside with them. I think Odell is probably one of the best options for that particular, situation. So now, like I said, it's trying to find that option, and it might have to be Hill.
Hill, yeah, I was going to say Hill, because I think he'll at least get in at least once.
So what happens when I put Hill in? I have 1,600 to play with here.
You could probably upgrade McKinnon.
I can upgrade Pringle.
Or Pringle.
I can upgrade Pringle to Boyd. No. I might have to see that's where the problem is, but I can upgrade Higbee as well. So what I can probably do is
Kittle.
I can do Kelsey.
It's another $2,000. Hold on. Are you?
Yeah, but 5,100.
Oh, you're good. You're good. You're good. Yeah.
I think I should be okay here. Let's see.
Did you MarrChase it? No, it's too expensive.
I was gonna say Jennings. I don't know how I feel about that.
I mean,
Okay.
of those bottom ones, what is it?
Yeah. This is where I'm probably going to end up.
Yeah. Jennings sometimes gets in there. Sometimes. If you're spending way too much on your lineup, then you just have like a fill-in guy, which could be the Jennings. Jennings would be the guy.
You think so, right?
And
he's less likely to cause your defense points. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we're looking for a guy. I mean, I can pay down right here at Higgins if I really want to. So we can, if we pay down, let's just say we pay down with Higgins and go to Boyd. All right. So let's use Boyd, and then we can have another receiver put in here. We can go with Pringle or Brandon Ayuk, but I don't want to use Ayuk against the Rams. So I think Pringle actually works out here. So how do you like this lineup? We got Stafford, Mixon, McKinnon with Hill, Boyd, Pringle, Kelsey, Odell, and the Rams.
I like Kelsey.
You like
but
Kelsey?
At the same time, it's he's the best tight end that's there, but then also Kittle could probably
we're zeroed out.
Be tough. Now, I mean, that's good, I guess, right? I mean,
but here's the fun part. Stafford and Burrow are the exact same price.
Really?
Yeah, they're $7,500 apiece. So
how many weapons you have at Stafford? How many weapons you have of each? You could probably stack them then.
That's my point. So I can switch out who I want to and put 49ers D instead, pay down a little bit for the defense, but I can't use any of the Rams.
Right, because you don't want to go against your own defense and then get negative points. I would see what weapons you have. You have Odell, right?
I have Odell in there already. I like this lineup, honestly.
I don't mind it because you have Hill, Odell, Mixon, Stafford, and Kelsey. Boyd will probably get something. Pringle will probably get something. Who's your flex?
I got Odell in the flex.
Oh, that's right. Oh, dude.
I can move him out of that and pick someone else at that. I could.
I think that's good, though.
Who would you take out here from Boyd and Pringle to put him up there to get a better flex?
Out of those two, probably Pringle.
You would take Pringle out of that equation?
I think Boyd would probably be targeted more now because I think they're going to definitely look at.
They're going to go underneath.
Yeah.
So let's take Pringle out, and I'm going to put Odell in that spot. So let me get Odell out too. We're going to put Odell in this particular spot, which would leave our flex open a little bit. So with our flex, it gives us
57 Pringle.
Yeah, but it
or
knocks
CH.
Or we can go with CH. We can go with Sony Michel, like who we were talking about before. We have Harmon. So we have a couple other, interesting ideas here. But we could go with CH here. You like Sony Michel here?
I like running backs there at the flex.
I do
because the Akers 2 fumbles things.
I know, right?
Bench his ass, bro. Like
I get it. But then do I go Clyde Edwards-Helaire here?
Clyde Edwards-Helaire would probably be safer.
Right.
At least playing time, because I don't know, because don't you have McKinnon in there too, though?
No,
we took him out.
Yes. No, McKinnon's in here.
Because if you go running in either way,
right? This is my normal. just so everyone's aware, this is what I do every Sunday for hours. I go back and forth on what I want to do. So you get to see it live. So I hope you guys enjoy. But like I said, I mean, I can just double down on the run game for the Kansas City Chiefs. Or do I go with Sony Michel here, pay down a little bit, and then see if I can upgrade somewhere else?
Yeah.
Because if let's just say I put Michel in, I got I think it's 400 to play with. So I can upgrade somewhere if I want to, but it's going to be hard to upgrade anywhere because if I upgrade, let's just say I upgrade Boyd, I can't really upgrade him because there's, a big gap from one tier to another. Can't upgrade Kelsey because can't.
What about the defenses?
No, Kelsey's the biggest. So it looks like
the defense.
DJ's telling me Sony, so we're gonna stay with Sony here.
I'm kind of thinking Sony just because of what happened last week.
I agree. So I think I'm gonna stick him with him.
Do they trust him again, or do they just kind of like, well,
I don't know. That's the fun here. That's what DFS is all about. Fun. I love it. And then we got 400 left over with this particular group. The only guy that I can even move up, I think, is nope, can't move him. I don't even think we can move anyone up except for Tyreek Hill, and that's going to Debo.
Yeah.
Like, do you do it? Like, do you take Debo against the Rams and kind of take the hit? I don't know. I think I'm going to stick with Hill.
Either way, you're going to have yourself in a situation where defense is going to take a hit.
Yeah.
So you might want to get the better defenses. I think that's fine because and I think that's fine.
Hitting submit. Oh, the contest is full. I took too long. Of course I did. It's okay.
We'll just copy that.
I'm just going to copy it and put it somewhere else. But this is the lineup we chose. I think it's a good lineup. I think it's Rams defense with Sony Michel on the flex. We have Travis Kelce, Odell Beckham, Tyler Boyd, Tyreek Hill. We're going to go with Jerick McKinnon, Joe Mixon, and Matthew Stafford. I think that's a great lineup to have. You're left with a little left over, but that's okay. I still think this is a really good lineup to play. I'm going to definitely set this lineup up when I'm done here. But honestly, I think it's great. DJ Shane saying before, thanks, guys. Sorry I was typing so quick on my phone. Don't worry about that. We all know. I think it's going to be a Sony day. Goal line carries. Good luck, fellas. Well, good luck to you, DJ Shane. We appreciate it. Make sure you like and subscribe to the show. Make sure you guys also check out Dynasty Pylon on YouTube as well. You guys are on all the time at all different types of
we don't have a set schedule anymore.
No set schedule anymore.
College interferes and we just go on. Hey, are you good today? I think I can do it. All right, let's do it.
That's what I did today. I was like, I told Anthony, I'm like, Anthony, I might be on today. I think I'm gonna do it. I'm snowed in up here.
It happens, man.
Oh, I'm snowed in up in where I'm on Long Island, and we got 18 inches to 20 something inches of snow. So we're snowed in. Snow drifts everywhere. It's crazy. We got not Jaden at all going. Kittle might get open a lot because they're gonna cover Debo, Brandon Quick, and dump off passes. That's what I'm thinking. That's what we were talking about before. We'll have to wait and see. We got Jonathan. What's going on, Jonathan? Hope all's well. Do you think Chase will go over 1.5 rushing yards? I do.
Yeah. They always give him like a weird play. Yeah, he'll probably get it. 1.5.
They always throw him on some type of screen, some type of,
well, it's a rushing, so yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so. I think they can get him over that. I know he's not Debo, but they still like to utilize him, and they like to throw a little gadget plays in there as well. So I do think 1.5 is doable for this particular game. So yeah, good luck with that if that's what you're using today as one of your prop bets. Like I said, we have a ton of them out there, and they're closing as we speak. There's so many that I've done already that are closed. I'm really shocked about that they're actually closing them. Like I was telling you before, I've
never seen that.
I've never seen them close. But it is what it is. Any other good prop bets? Honestly, I mean, we were doing props before. One of the sheets that we decided to go with, which one was it? It was the Garoppolo one and Akers, right? So if you haven't used Underdog Fantasy, make sure you guys check them out. Underdog Fantasy is a wonderful site with prop bets as well. They're actually reasonably, the numbers that they use for the over unders are actually pretty accurate and very reasonable, to be fair, to what you're choosing for over unders. I've seen other props and other platforms, and I think that they're actually used pretty well. Make sure you're using promo code Get Right when you do. They will match your first deposit. So if you're putting in $10, they're going to put in 20. Oh, not 20, but you'll get 20 at the end of the day. They'll put an extra 10 in. But make sure you guys check them out. They're a wonderful site to use. I've been using them all year. I was talking to Martin before, I missed it on one. Hopefully I can get them today. I got like 4 different cheats in. But the one that me and Martin just did a few minutes ago, we have the under for Jimmy Garoppolo for passing. It's 222 yards passing. So that's one. I would definitely be picking the under.
That's the one you picked. I'm not gonna agree with you on that one.
You think it's gonna be over?
Slightly, maybe.
Okay.
You made a strong pick, and like I was like, oh, interesting.
It
was your last pick. It was because of the Cgo Zama one that they took away from you.
Yeah.
So I wanted the went with that one.
I wanted the Uzama one.
Oh, that was good.
But it looks like Jonathan went. I did a slip with Higbee over 39 yards. Okay. Mixon longest at 12.5 for reception. Okay. Wait. Yeah, longest reception. Uzama over. You got it.
That was the one. That was the one.
That was the one that I wanted. I wanted the over for Uzama. So good pick there. Odell over 52. Ooh, I don't know. I'd keep him at the under. But the over is definitely reasonable. I don't know. Yeah, it's his longest reception was 12 yards. How do you think about that with Mixon?
With the 12 yards?
Yeah, 12.5 yards, longest reception for Mixon.
We almost did that one.
Yeah,
ours was a rushing one. We did ours. We didn't do the rushing one. That one's a reception one, and I think we did it because if we wanted this, if we saw the same thing we saw last week, I think they're gonna have to scramble, and I think both him and Cgo Zama is gonna be his first look if he's getting rushed. Hopefully they not like they signed anybody, but hopefully they reconfigure something and keep an extra fullback or running back there for protection, and maybe give them just another 2 seconds. Because if we see that what we saw last week, Joey B is not gonna hit Higgins or Chase at all.
No,
and it's gonna be a lot of Mixon and Uzama. So we'll see how it goes.
Oh, me too. I mean, I hope that the team sees the need to improve that line next year and, build it up. It has
to be a must. It has to be.
Oh, it has to be. And I mean, I'm lucking out in my keeper league. I can keep Mixon if I want to at the 210 mark, so I'm kind of hoping that become like they really do upgrade the line and make it where, I can utilize, if I feel strongly about keeping Mixon, I can keep him. But, I have other options that I can go to if I really want to. But I have Diggs in the 5th and Cam Akers in the 18th. With him coming back the way he's been coming back, it's so hard not to want to take him.
You're using him a lot. And minus take away the 2 fumbles that we saw last week. He's doing pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I'm excited for him next season.
Me too. And that's where I'm like, I'm so lost. Like, I want to see what the Rams do with Sony Michel because he's a free agent. I want to see if they keep him. There's so many different things that I want to have happen for next season. Like you want to know something funny? I'm already getting excited about the offseason, and we're not even there yet. We still got Super Bowl. Hey, I just can't wait.
That's how we are, man.
I can't wait.
If you do dynasties, that's how we are.
Oh, and that's not even my dynasty team. That's my keeper league. So I'm only worried about 2 people in those leagues. Like in my other league, I'm worrying about everybody, and that's why I was so upset about Josh Allen losing the OC. But it is what it is. I hope that they improve the run, or I hope they improve something in Miami with Gaskin. And I hope that he can, take that role. But I know that that's probably not going to happen with Flores out.
They might trade him. He's 24 years old, so you still got at least a good
young.
solid 2 years out of him. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
but I like my dynasty team. I have Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor,
Oh, I know.
Saquon Barkley.
You love to there. I know.
You love that. I love that team, man. That's a great team.
Yeah.
We got not Jaden at all going. Y'all think Saints Browns? Think Saints? Saint
I
Brown
like
from the
this
Lions
question.
going to be? Yeah, I actually like it too.
So I just got off my show before I jumped on with Mike, and I just went about the Lions. I think that we might see the Lions potentially get more than 4 wins. And I know that's not a lot, but it's something, okay? They don't really win a lot. But if you've paid attention, the Lions have probably majority of their games lost by a field goal to great teams.
I agree.
I think that the Lions could potentially end up somewhere in the middle of the pack. They could surprise us. I mean, Goff, I think he's going to stay there another year. I really do.
He has to.
And I think, they paid too much for him.
Yeah.
They gave him, they did a lot, so they have two first rounders this year. They have 9 total picks. I think it's like 2 first rounders, a second, a third, or 2/3 or something like that. Yeah, it was 2 first, a second, 2/3, a fifth, a sixth, and then I think a couple of sevens or something like that. They have 9 total picks. They can easily
they have a lot.
Easily get better this season. And I think that they would get more than 4 wins. But I mean, with that being said, I see them potentially getting Bryce Hall or something the following year. But I'm excited for the Lions. And do I think St. Brown's going to ball out next year? On the Dynasty Pylon, we dubbed him the number 1 receiver before the season even started. We had a prediction that St. Brown was eventually going to take over and he would be the number 1. It took us a little bit.
No, it
took us a little while, but towards the back end, it was just like the JJ the previous year. Justin Jefferson, it took him a little bit while. Now he's established himself that he's now an alpha there.
Oh, yeah.
And I think how we see St. Brown, I think he's going to ball out next year again.
Even with the coaching changes?
I think so. He's a talented player. I think what's going to happen is if they have to get another weapon for Goff, they have to. And I hope they get it in the 3rd or 2nd round. Probably not in the 1st. I hope they get themselves a corner that they need for that defense. And then potentially go corner. Then
didn't they draft a corner last year? They
but he was Jeff starts with an O.
Yeah, Ozaia or Ozai.
Yeah. He was the very first. He was the 101. Jeff Akuda. That's what it was.
Akuda. There we go.
Jeff Akuda played one game or 2. Did really good, and he was injured for the rest of the season. Came back and he got himself, I think, 2 picks. I think he got himself.
Yeah, I remember the end of the year he came back for like 3 games or 4 games or something like that. And he did very well at the end of the year. Yeah.
I just think I need another guy on the opposite side. I'm excited for the Lions for the next couple of years. But we'll see. I think St. Brown's going to be just fine.
What round would you take him?
Ooh, don't. That's
like just a early. We're really early here. What round would you
for
take?
A later show, but
I know, but come on, I'm already here thinking about it. Just your best guess. 12-team league. Where are you taking them?
12-team league. 4th round.
Wow. No, it's not a bad choice. I'd probably wait for the 6th.
I don't know because I'm just gonna throw it out. The season's not over. We're gonna go 4th round.
Okay.
We'll see how he ends up.
I'll probably knock it down to the 6th. For me, it's more the context of all the receivers out there. You're gonna probably get them at your wide receiver 2 or at your wide receiver 3 if you have a 3-team league or 3 for him, because otherwise you get no value from him. Where do him going in the 4th might be actually where he goes, where people are like so high on him that they go that high. but then we could probably meet in the middle, and he's probably in the 5th. So honestly, it's somewhere around there that I think he'll do well. Probably where, we all know that Chase is going to go in the first like 2 rounds. So rookie wide receivers from this year that for next year, that might do well is St. Brown. I mean, who's another guy that you think is going to do well that was a rookie this year that could, move up a lot this year?
Hey, look, I love Kadarius Toney. Okay, he's just in a situation where I know he's just in a situation where we don't know what's gonna happen. I like his athletic, but if I'm gonna be real with you, I think a sophomore potentially for next year. Man, this is super early. I'm not.
I know. I'm just thinking these things because I have you here. It came in my head as we were talking.
I know, because I know you join our show for breakouts. Wow.
But you usually give me a few minutes to actually think about it.
Yeah. The thing is, I look, I like Kadarius Toney, but I think what we're gonna see is more Elijah Moore. Hopefully.
Okay.
I liked Elijah Moore. Obviously, he kind of established himself, got hurt, and then he went. Look, he had 4 to 5 different QBs, and he still
I agree.
Put up numbers. He went from Wilson to Mike White to the other 2. I can't. Yeah, was it Flacco? And then another one in there, and he still produced. I think Elijah Moore is going to be that other one.
Okay. No, that's a fair assessment. So he would probably be in the late 12s, but he would be a lot higher than he was because he was being drafted way late in a lot of, some people were drafting him very early. But guys like that, I mean, honestly, one guy I see possibly, I mean, I agree with Toney maybe. And the only reason why I think
Toney.
I agree with you, and here's the thing. The only reason why I'm going to agree with you here is I was looking at me being a Giants fan and all. There's been tons of rumors of what's going to happen. We're in cap hell. So for us, we have no cap space. We got to make room for something. And one of them, I don't call it the best move, but one of the moves that we have is cutting Sterling Shepard. And I don't like it. I like Sterling Shepard. I think he's probably one of the better possession receivers in the league. I think when he's healthy.
Hey, let's celebrate that he didn't have a concussion this season, right?
Jesus. But he had 2 soft tissue injuries.
But
either at least it wasn't a concussion. But either way, the whole thing is if he's gone, it leaves Toney in the spot that he would be in, and that he would take that type of role as more of a possession guy. The hard part for me is Daniel Jones in general. Daniel Jones, I don't trust as a QB yet. I understand Brian Duvall coming in and maybe making it that way, but I do not see him I don't see him transforming Daniel Jones like he did Josh Allen. If that makes sense. I want that to happen, but I don't see that happening.
It's a different type of athletic player.
Agreed. And not Jaden at all goes, do you see the Jags taking a offensive lineman with the 1st overall? I've seen mock drafts and I don't like it. He's a raw, overrated play. Do you think they should trade down or trade for a better player?
Ooh, trading down would be interesting. But
for the Jags, yeah.
Yeah. Look, I don't think you deny picking up Aiden Hutchinson or Kayvon Thibodeau. I think you can't do that. You're in a situation where you can draft a generational defensive end, like the potential next JJ Watt or something. Like this guy's
really
good. Like, well, who's the guy? I look, total brain fart. You'll help me out here. The Vikings DN that they had for a while.
Hunter?
Yeah.
Daniel Hunter?
Yeah. No. Before him. Not Danielle Hunter. I'm trying to think of him. But look,
Everson Griffin. They had the guy that's on the Jags now. Not Jags. He's on the Raiders now. Nani. I can never get this name right. Ngagwe.
oh, Yannick Ngagwe? No. Damn, I can't think of him. But anyways,
No, you're
look,
good.
I don't think you he's 6'6", 265.
Yeah.
He's
You
big, man.
can't. Yeah, you can find many things, but one thing you can't find is size. Like size
And
is the one thing you can't teach or anything like that.
exactly. And
Yeah.
if you trade down, how far are you going to trade down to? And are you going to trade? There's only certain teams that you're going to want to trade down to because you don't want
Yeah.
them
You
to
don't want
be
to
in
go
your
too low.
division.
Yeah.
So I don't see the Jags passing up that opportunity. And here's why. With Aiden Hutchinson on one side and then Josh Allen on the other side, you have two strong bookends right there. And if you're not familiar with defense,
I
IDP
am.
over here. Well, I'm not yet, not Jaden at all. Look, Josh Allen, the quarterback, number 17. I'm talking about number 41, Josh Allen, from the Jags. Sophomore this season, going into his third year, definitely established himself. When he sacked Josh Allen like 2 or 3 times,
Yeah.
and it was the Josh Allen to Josh Allen game. And as a matter of fact, the last time I was on this show, I was with you speaking
Yes.
about
Yep.
Josh Allen
I
on
remember that.
Josh Allen.
Yep.
That's really
Funny.
not
Yeah.
planned. Coincidentally, that's funny. But yeah, Josh Allen and Aiden Hutchinson together. Oh man, feel sorry for those QBs or running backs.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. I mean, it definitely makes a bookend for that particular defense on
2
each edge.
defensive ends.
Yeah.
That's
And
perfect.
especially young ones that if they
Perfect.
can establish that defense, because honestly, their defense wasn't horrible. I mean, they did get beat up on, by a lot of teams, but they have the capital to be able to, and they have a ton of cap space that they can pretty much bring in a few top end free agents to cover to supplement the areas that they need help on, and they can come in and do well. Now, next season for the Jags, it's going to be a pain because we're trying to figure out the whole thing with James Robinson. Is he or not? Because you get Travis Etienne back from his injury. I mean, there's a whole lot going on with the Jags. We'll see what happens,
We'll see.
honestly.
Hopefully they go 50-50 and they'll be smart about it
I
and
hope so too.
preserve their running backs. A lot of these teams are being a lot
They're going
smarter
there. Yeah,
with
we
it. And
we we
I
had this
honestly like it.
conversation.
I like
Not
it.
you
I'm
and
not
yeah, you
oh
like the two you like the 50?
yeah, I don't mind it because I know like okay, and I know we don't like it for fantasy, but I think I'm on the line of I kind of like it because why? I know that my running back is not going to be banged up every
By the
freaking
end of the
game,
year.
where he seems a little
Yeah.
bit more preserved. And obviously, if he's a good running back, he's still going to produce on the chances he gets.
Yeah.
The
No,
only running
I
back
get it.
that could probably go kick rocks is freaking McKissick. Um, that's it. But uh, because I think Patterson is better than him, and I think
I
him and
agree.
Gibson would do a lot better. But that's just the one running back, and Gordon needs to retire too. But he's still
I don't think he
proving
retires. I think he goes
he's
and becomes
he's playing
the
another
the
season. He's playing
A1
another
or
season.
AB somewhere else.
He's proven us all that he's still got some in the tank,
Oh
and
yeah.
I don't know,
You
but
just want Javonte Williams to carry that load over there.
we all do.
Yeah.
We all
Yeah.
do. Let's be honest here, okay? But
No, I rooted for him. I didn't have him, but I rooted for him.
well, this the thing is I kind of like the 50-50 because dynasty leagues, if you have the main running back, you could always get their handcuffs, and then you're stuck. You're good. I mean, I know one guy who has CNC and Chuba Hubbard, and he
Mhm.
had no issues. Just plug the next
Mm.
guy in, and Chuba Hubbard just did what he did. I mean, not as great, but he still produced, and that's the thing. For redrafters, it's a little bit more difficult, but I mean,
Yeah.
at least you probably have the advantage since you're the one with the running back and probably lost that week. So you would probably have a higher waiver priority.
Maybe, but at the
Maybe.
same, it's based on your league, and a lot of leagues are so different. I've been pounding the table for Fab and going that route, because it makes it more fair. Like all year last year, I had 10th waiver priority every week, but granted, I was picking up defenses and stuff like that to, because I always look for those. And I rather have the top guy against the worst defense and try to pick those, the DSTs against the, the Jets and the Jags and all them, to just because I wanted that advantage. But I was always picking 10th, and I didn't have a chance for anybody that was high on the waiver wire, so that I ended up having a really bad season. But at the same time, I ended up getting out of 10th, so thankfully. But at the same time, I think Fab is a little bit more of a fair way to go about it, because you can at least, even if your waiver priority is low and you still if you tied, that's the only way that the person wins, you know? So I think that's more fair in my opinion, but you can up it, you don't have to be at the 100. There's a lot of people that just start at 100 for the year and go that way, or you can go 150, you don't, it's based on the league you're in and who, what people think. But either way, I like that particular system for that particular thing. So
yeah, it depends on how the league is set up too. So
oh wow, they bumped it up to 2.5 for MarrChase's.
Oh really?
It is under. Wait, now Chase is 2.5 rushing yards.
So instead of the 1.5. Interesting.
Yeah. Well, I hope you were able to get the over.
God, I hope so too.
That would be fantastic. Oh, you did. Oh, he didn't take it. He didn't take it. I should have took it. Oh man, I thought you would get it at 1.5. That would have been great.
Yeah, he seemed like he was going to get it when we said go for it.
Yeah, I thought so.
But back to this Jags thing, and I'll probably log off after.
No, you're good.
Though. Yeah. The Jags are very interesting coming into the offseason.
I agree.
Do you know how many picks they have?
12?
Do you know?
I'm guessing.
No, they have
12. They have 12 picks. Holy crap.
12 picks.
I took a stab in the dark there.
No,
I knew it wasn't the Lions at 9, so I was like, you know what? I got to go up.
They have 12 freaking picks. They have their first, their second, their third. They snagged the third from Carolina with the trade of Henderson. And they got their fourth. They got Minnesota's fifth. They have their sixth. They have Seattle's sixth. They have Philadelphia's sixth. They have Pittsburgh's sixth.
Oh, so they got the whole seventh round.
They have their seventh. Yeah, pretty much. And Baltimore seventh. They have 7 picks. So potentially trading up is a very, very good possibility. They can fork over 3 of these picks to jump up into the 3rd or 4th round. But it's a very interesting thing to see how many picks they have. Now, this class isn't as good, but I would expect them to grab one of these receivers. It's a very good receiver class, and I think I talked to Anthony about it too. The receivers are coming in. It's a good receiver class. I'm not saying that the whole class is horrible. I'm just saying that the first 2-3 rounds are pretty good. After that, it's like fillers.
Nothing. Yeah. No, it makes sense. I mean, I've been trying to put more of my dynasty stuff, like any of my dynasty, like getting those players that I want. I'm waiting till next year, or 2023. Like I'm trying to make my trades to work out for that year, not this year. Like I made a trade for Chubb that I ended up getting, I trade away my first and second. So for me, I don't have anything in the first couple of rounds. So I'm getting those quote unquote filler guys.
You can
which
hit,
is fine.
You never know.
No, I agree. And that's why I'm okay with it, because it's one of those things where I don't like, and in my league, it's a salary cap league. So for us, it's those first two rounds are tough, but you find more value in that second round than you do in the first, but you need it to hit. Like Cam Akers is like $20, and it's because he was drafted in the first round. I mean, that's high value. If he was in the second round or something like that, he would have been a little bit more affordable to someone for, to trade, but it is what it is. But either way, I'm glad to have you on here. I always appreciate you being on here. So thanks for coming and spending some time with me. Good luck on any of the sports betting you're doing today. And
same to you, man.
I have to tell everybody, please bet responsibly. Don't spend all your money. Try to keep it reasonable. But I hope everyone has a great night. Enjoy these championship weekend. I'm excited. I know Martin's excited. And we'll see you guys soon. I mean, I don't know the next time we are, but I know me and Ann are trying to get on here another time at one point. We'll see what happens. But for now, goodbye. We will see you guys soon and take care.